Hi, everybody. So, today we're talking about what happens when you have a full time employee who is now working part time because they are taking ongoing as needed intermittent leave under FMLA, which you have to protect, but they never quite take all the 480 hours. Because if you are a full time employee working 40 hours, that's your normal work week, and you multiply that by 12, that's 480 hours. Now, if you intermittently through the next year, because you've got a chronic condition, never exceed 480 hours, you have now become a permanent part-time employee with full-time benefits under FMLA. So let me tell you a strategy, and this is legitimate because this is what the Family Medical Leave Act says. And it's really important in my world that when an attorney tries to train me on something, and I don't go to their trainings anymore, but I like to hear what they have to say, and it doesn't make sense, I go to the regulation, everybody, and I read it. This is what the regulation says. We've been doing this for over 20 years. When an employee uses up all of their FMLA, you're going into ADA. So there's a lot of really smart employees who never exhaust their FMLA. They're always 2 or 3 hours below the 480 if they're full-time 40-hour-a-week employee, or whatever the number is. So how do you deal with that? Well, FMLA is not an extension leave. Every time they need FMLA, even with a chronic condition, everybody, you don't get a new medical certificate and you can't require one until they actually need it again. So when December 31st, when she exhausted her FMLA year because it was rolled forward, she then provided automatically a new certificate, even though she didn't need leave yet, because she knew she was going to use it. Okay. But if she hadn't, we couldn't even request a certificate until she then requested FMLA in the new calculation period. And let me tell you, folks, those of you who are rollback really got pushed into something that is not effective. It's not easy to manage with a third-party administrator or not. Rollback is the most inefficient way to handle FMLA, but some attorneys decided a long time ago it was the most effective way, but it's not. It's the hardest one. So change it to roll forward if you can, or even annual if you need to, but roll forward is the best. So with roll forward, we know when it will end in the future. And so they do too, by the way. They know how much leave they can take, and they always take a couple hours under the annual leave calculation benefit, which is 480 hours if you work 40 hours a week. But, and my goodness, this is the most important but, when they request the new FMLA leave in the new year, in the new calculation period, you, HR, get to recalculate their benefit. Do you know how to do that? Probably not. You roll back from the day they first request leave, actually take it in the new period with a new certificate. And you go back 12 months and you take their whole leave, including paid leave, but actual hours worked and actual accrued leave taken, whatever that is, and mandatory work hours, not voluntary, not, oh, I'll work extra time, mandatory. You must work this overtime. Add it up, divide it by 12. Because I'm pretty sure your employee doesn't have 12 weeks of leave, unless, of course, you bought into this ongoing leave that no end leave date. As much leave as you need because we're so cool and we're so woke and we'll just give you as much leave. Well, as soon as somebody came up with that idea, they forgot that you get FMLA, you get ADA, you get pregnancy leave. You add all of that up, you could be gone 9 months with unlimited PTO. So people are changing that because they're realizing it's a problem. So let's not go into that at all. Let's hope you don't have unlimited PTO, because if you do, they got 9 months of leave and you're paying them that's considered their leave under FMLA. So if they don't have unlimited PTO, and maybe they have a month, maybe they even have 6 weeks, but those next 6 weeks of PTO are unpaid. And when they're unpaid, they are no longer calculated in your normal work week under FMLA. So you take the new normal work week, which is rolling back 12 weeks, adding the hours they actually worked, adding the PTO, dividing it by 52, and it's the new normal work week. And it's usually about 320 or something like that. And then when they exhaust that, because if they have this chronic condition that's been like this for years, they're going to still use 460. You're into ADA. And under the American with Disabilities Act, even in California, everybody, you have much more control. And unless they can perform the essential functions of a job and it's not causing an undue hardship with that unpredictable ongoing leave of 480 hours, that's 10 weeks, everybody. That's like 3 months of just unpredictably taking leave. Take control. That's your job. Your HR. Figure it out. Give us a call. We're here to help. Join our membership. Bring your questions. So if you've got a question like that and you want a strategy on how to manage this stuff, that's what we're here for. Talk to you later. Have a great day.